welcome to episode 75 of Aurei Plays Factorio Seablock. We're just waiting. Well, I don't know. We're not gonna wait for this, but we're gonna come back later and see if we actually manage to make this loop profitable. We should, right? And now I'm kind of okay. So this is gonna give us 32. Yeah, and this recipe takes 30. So each loop we do, we gain 2 plant life samples, which is incredibly slow because each loop takes at best 5 minutes. So that's like 12 of these guys per hour. But the fact that they're infinite is good for now, right? So, and actually the fact that it's really slow means that all this this setup is totally fine. Like we're not like the issue that we had that we don't have enough polluted fish water and stuff. I'm pretty sure that we're not gonna care about that fairly soon. We might, but I think we're good actually. The only thing is that we might need to extend it at some point, but still, basically, the fact that these guys are now, 2 of them are now running it, this is going quite well. Like if we need the thermal water for something else, we might actually consider it. There's this other recipe that needs it, so we will be able to look at that. If we look at production over here, what makes sense? Do we want? Let's see. So these crystallizers, they use the same liquid, right? It's all mineral sludge, so it doesn't matter if it comes out of this or out of this. So if we produce more, we can add more crystallizers also over here. So I think that might make sense to try to scale this up a little bit. If we look at our resource production, yeah, we might want to use the gardening loop for power at some point, but that seems like a. I guess we'll use like some of the. We can do more research that gives like the all the plant-based stuff more merit, but for now the fact that we have the plant life sample to do that at some point is just worth it in and of itself. Yeah, so I think it makes sense to try to scale this up a little bit. Like we might want to have another setup like this. Yeah, if we want to do better logistics, we could. But I think we just want to copy like an entire setup worth of this, right? So we could, like, is this constantly running? It's not, right? So we probably, like, we might need, oh yeah, these are even washing plants too. So we could make this a washing plant too, and then it would run a lot of the time. So if we have 2 more washers, we can just copy this setup, and that would be totally okay. The only thing is that we need to mix and match like the crystallized water stuff, but that should also work fine, right? If we just build a little bit here, then we can use that for this one, then we're good. Okay, so yeah, I am gonna take a look at basically how the resource production. So it's still the tin that's going to cause the issues. We might actually want to do some red research as well. If we look at this, the copper is also kind of problematic. So at some point we might want to set up an ore sorting thingy that uses that. We also might want to look at like the more advanced stuff that we have. So something like this, is that worth it? So we can do the chunk washing, which creates geodes. Okay, so basically what we do now is we have geodes, which we, yeah, I mean we're all going for slurry basically. So or we're coming from slurry. So this also comes out of crushed ore already. So after we are at crushed ore, like either we can sort it into 3 ores, right? So 2 copper, 1 iron, or we can hydro refine it into 2 chunks and a bonus geode half of the time. And then 6 chunks become 5 ores. So that is more efficient, but there's also the issue that it's more, yeah. It gets us another bonus ore basically, but the ratio, like this is pure copper iron, so it does get us bonus in a sense, but let's see. So this is what we would use to get tin, yeah, so and over here we would get bonus tin out of it. So, but to balance this out would be kind of tricky. Like we could make it work probably, but it's not gonna be easy. Yeah. What else? Yeah, basically that's it, right? We just need, so either we need to extend this and make it to more, or we need to upgrade to next levels. Next level refining. It uses purified water, which I guess we have some of, but not infinite amounts. I guess we do have infinite amounts of it. Like this machine can produce a lot if we need it. Like we could reuse that recipe. So that's something we want to keep in mind. Between the plastics and the batteries, solar panels are also not that far away, I think. So once we have that, that's really, it's a very easy way to scale up power, right? So if we have a lot of it, it's just gonna last for a long time. And let's check that out. So a solar panel gives 60 kilowatts of electricity for a fairly hefty amount of raw resources, but this gives, yeah, in the output of this is measured in, it's 20 kilowatt. Are wind turbines then that cheap, or are they still? Let's see. So the solar panels, they're like 16 or 14 of these basic boards and a bunch of iron, and these have a max output of, oh, they don't even say. Yeah, this is kilowatts, right? Yeah, so it's, I guess 20 is at the moment, but it could be more or less. It's probably like between 10 and 20 kilowatts. So 3 of these guys. It's actually, solar panels are not that much better, I guess. Maybe we need a higher level solar to make it worth it. Like this guy. So then a big solar panel. Yeah, I guess this is a decent amount more efficient already. So this one, I let's see. So solar. So if we look at this one, it takes 14 circuits for copper for steel for 60 kilowatts, and this takes like times a half the resources. Yeah, about 14 times 1.5 is about 20. Or actually, that's nearly times 2. So I guess these are not that much more efficient. Yeah, so the solar panels too are probably. That's also, I guess, because they're so space efficient. That's why they're interesting then. Maybe we do want to build out wind power a little bit more. That might be more efficient than I'm currently thinking. And they're quite easy to craft as well. So that's a big plus actually. Yeah, we might want to take a look at that. On the other hand, for now it looks, yeah, our power is probably, like, it looks like we're fine, but I think like around the 23-ish, 22-ish megawatts will probably start running into issues. That's my guess at least. Like historically we don't really. Oh, and this was a large drop in consumption. Like the replacing the two. Yeah, okay, so we replaced electrolyzer 1 with electrolyzer 2, right? So the sum was more consumption, but it's more efficient that way. Yeah, so do we want more of those? Do we want more? Yeah, there's so many options. Let's go take a look at our farming and see if that actually gave us something already. I would hope so. It's probably not much. Like, I'm not sure we would even be able to see it because, you know, yeah, it's in reserve here. Or it should be. Is it not? Oh, yeah, we lost 2 over here, I guess. Yeah, but this, yeah, it's almost done with the second batch. So there's 2 over here in the splitter. And then I guess, yeah, that will be the next batch. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, those will pass through the buffer. And they'll go into the farm, and in the end, like when this recipe triggers, we should have 4 of those in the backlog. Actually, that means I want to take this out just to make sure that if we get gardens out here, they'll be saved up here. Yeah. Yeah, so we might at some point need to take a look at the supply chain towards this. But as it is, I'm not very worried about it. Yeah, so now it's growing, and then here we go. Yeah, so there are 4 in here now. So the loop is working as intended, but it's just a lot of engineering, and if we need this at scale, we'll need to build it out a little bit. Yeah, good stuff. We can build this out if we need more power, actually. It might make sense to do that. It's pretty much free at this point, so let's do that. Okay, I need to make some more of the electrical components. I think I want to set up automation for that. Like, we're gonna need a decent amount more. We're also gonna need it for solar panels if we would want to automate those. Yeah, so, and let's also see what we would need for the next level science packs. Not these, we would need these, right? So, how big is this tree? It's pretty big. We would need some stuff still, but solar energy 2 amongst others. Oh wait, so oh no, it's okay. So this is large panels. I thought it was the level 2 panels, but that's probably solar energy 3 as the tag. Yeah. Yeah, this is still a little slow. So let's see. Yeah, I guess so. If we would want to scale it up by doing the washing, so I sort of ignored one part of this, which is that you get the extra geodes, which I'm not sure. Like, does that matter that much? And we get all the different kinds of wastewater. That's probably a downside, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe it is an upside. Like we could do different stuff with it. As for now, I'm kind of tempted to scale up this. Because I'm pretty sure this is way more power efficient than the other stuff. If we look at resources, it gives us... I'm not sure... No, I don't think it gives us extra landfill, right? I mean, only if we have backup, that's the case. Though we are using the mineralized water in processes over here now, so that might be why we're not getting any more landfill out of this. Yeah. And maybe we just want to make the windmills. It's kind of a crude way to scale up power, but if it works, it works. Yeah, how's that doing? So there is an issue with using the windmills, which is that oh wait, so it looks like if I see this, then there's some... Oh no, okay, it's not backed up. I thought it was for a second. Yeah, so with the if we use windmills for power, we do have the issue that the wind can vary, right? So actually really scaling up using wind power is kind of tricky, but we can definitely use it to get some extra punch. And we might build a couple accumulators to sort of yeah, back that up, but the problem with that is that wind shortages can actually last for a long time. I'm pretty sure it's more gradual than the day-night cycle. So if you wanna sort of catch up low wind, then you really have an issue. Like it, as in you'd need a lot of batteries because it lasts so long. Yeah, do we want to build another array of this? That seems fine. I am looking if I have enough landfill to do that. Let's see, we should have, yeah, we have a decent amount over there. Yeah, I think we'll want to do that. Let's see, we want 2 washer 2s, maybe 3 actually. So let's craft some of the stuff we need for it and then figure out if we can do it. We'll need some ore crushers. What do we need to get the washer 2s? We need the of course. Yeah, so I was actually going for that, so we're gonna set up automation for these boards, right? So the basic electronic components is tin, copper wire, and carbon. Yeah, and we actually have the tin, copper wire going already. The only issue is that we would need to split it with the science, which is kind of unfortunate. But that's, I mean, that's okay. We're not really rushing on the science right now. Yeah, so that is what I'm gonna do. We would need to bring the actual carbon. Yeah, the line ends here. So I was actually going for that, so we're gonna set up automation for these boards, right? So the basic electronic components is tin, copper wire, and carbon. Yeah, and we actually have the tin, copper wire going already. The only issue is that we would need to split it with the science, which is kind of unfortunate. But that's, I mean, that's okay. We would need to bring the actual carbon, yeah, the line ends here. But we could sneak it through here like this. That seems fine. And then up here. And then then we need to sneak the thin copper wire through as well, but that seems doable too. Like have it over here. So then we can make the components out of them. We have the boards going over here. And then we need to bring up the solder as well. Yeah, I think that seems totally fine. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. It's gonna be a little bit of a breather project in the sense that we know how to do this. We won't like there are not as many complex machines involved as with the other stuff. We just need enough resources and belt and stuff to crafting machines to make it happen. We'll probably want to use some of the electronics machines for this. Here it's going back down, right? And we're lacking stone. So I guess it might make sense to. Yeah, so I'm going back and forth on extending this. I guess. Oops. Let me restore Factorio. Yeah. I guess we'll handcraft a little bit more. No, I'm gonna automate the circuits first. It's not that big of a deal, and we can make it happen. Let's just check though. Oh, the carbon is actually. Are we no longer making that? So we have the charcoal over here, and I think we would need to make it from charcoal. And the thing we have up here, like here we do have carbon still, but that's gonna be replaced by charcoal pellets. Yeah, so I think we need some of this to make it happen. Let's see what we need again. Carbon. Okay, so we can either make it from 2 to 1 or 2 to 3 or 2 or 4 to 6. So that's the same level of efficiency, but this just gets a sodium carbonate as well. So I guess, and this is ingredients carbon, yeah. So we want to do this, but yeah, where do we want to do it? It doesn't really matter, right? We'll use steam to do it, so that's fine. Okay, let's get the battery stuff going. Yeah, accumulators is then some research. It's gonna take a lot, but yeah, do we want to do something with robotics? I don't think so, right? So we could get it, but it's not really gonna help us. I mean, we could use it with passive providers and request stuff, and then the difference is that we don't need to get it and then bring it somewhere. But I think, like for now, we have more important issues going on. Okay, I'm gonna make a cut here for YouTube. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.